the movement of traffic with rules and laws makes driving orderly and safe. Ignoring or breaking rules is doing the unexpected, and suddenly you become a threat to others. Collision is certain. Collision is certain. Collision. It's only a matter of when. As long as everyone follows the rules and is considerate of others, we can relax and enjoy driving. Enjoy driving. Enjoy driving. Enjoy driving. Without rules, the unexpected can be trouble.
See how it goes. Handling some of my stuff on my desk. Remember, what these races are, or do, or like.
2, 1, go! Keep stepping at your own pace. Pace, 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 at your own pace. Keep stepping at your own pace. Pace, 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 at your own pace. Keep stepping at your own pace. Pace, 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 at your own pace. Keep stepping at your own pace. Pace, 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 at your own pace. Keep stepping at your own pace. Keep stepping at your own pace.
Okay, so there was a first first race going round and round in circles. This results. So chicken, you're driving the opposite direction of everybody else. Back to the main menu and see what we see. Shadow Stadium. Cruiser has the best armor. Widowmaker has the best armor. The race with that thing. The Mantis.
Three, two, one, go!
Oh, you just get to drive around and try to find somebody to hit who's not on flames already. Taken out while you're in the middle of all that. Cars left. I'm so done. DNF did not finish. Yay! He does not to get into that early crunch. Boring was Garrett. Pedal was me. Fastest hit.
Three, two, one, go!
I don't know how much fun this game was. Ooh. Okay. That mode is just survive as long as you can. Oh, but it's fun. Demolition League. No idea where I am on the league or. In fact, before I started and looked at the save information.
Keep stepping at your own pace.
Not only do you want to finish in first, but you want to hit people along the way.
Three, two, one, go!
Alright, click out. It's been removed. I need to start worrying about my. What's that? We'll give it another go.
Three, two, one, go!
The boxes are just random. Box of loot points. That I won't get. That's what I thought. Hey, I finished 13th that time. 14th. So progress was made. Sort of.
Three, two, one, go!
And on a car. That was a little repair. Great. Cars and pieces. Yes. Oh. There it is, telling you how many points you scored, what the multiplier is. Breakdown of how everything went. I finished in 5th place because of my points. Need to finish at least 2nd. Well, that happened there, partner.
Three, two, one, go!
I have 5th place in the racing position 1 because of how many damage points I gotta get both. Stadium.
Three, two, one, go!
roll. High damage points.
Three,
Oh.
go!
Place first. $935. Yeah, first place had 905. Replay it and see what we see.
Three, two, one, go! one, go!
There's two people taking on the fire. Replay the whole thing. Hey Prixer, how are you doing? Actually, I'm running the Dreamcast straight into my Elgato, and that's it. I'm not using a FrameMeister or anything super special. Using the standard cables that came with the Dreamcast. The replay only goes until you get T-boned. But it's good on your end. How are you doing tonight? What kind of system are you using, Prixer? I'm doing well. Doing well. Looking forward to just got to get through one more day of work, and my vacation should start. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a long day.
Three, two, one, go!
As soon as you hit the wall, you know those are coming. What what are you using to try to upscale? Whoa, Nelly. You have enough to even win. Okay. Are you doing HDMI? I didn't get any points for that. Alright, then are you doing, oh. I just got a new mic over the weekend for my audio capture. At least for that. Okay, to the Elgato. I thought about trying to get an S-cart. That will improve the quality a little bit, because like in this picture right here, it's a little bit too dark. I've gone and messed with the settings in the capture. I think you have to buy a high price box for that. I can't. This is a little hobby. It's fun to hop on and chat with people and play it. Oh my gosh, and I still finished third. Thanks. I appreciate it. I mean, I've messed with it some. I think one thing is I also, when I'm capturing it from the Elgato the capture program, I think that upscales it, and then I shrink it down a little bit to get it to fit into the window. I think it saves some of it. I haven't been able to get my original Xbox hooked up. I don't know why, but my I mean it is a modded Xbox, but I can't play even original Xbox games on it anymore. I think the disk drive is not the disk drive. The CD drive is going, so it's unfortunate, but I've never been able to get it to look all that great. Okay, well, that's not too bad. A lot more than that back in the day. I just have this coming at 640 by 480 laced. Have to keep that in mind. I appreciate it. It's so bright on the monitor, but then on the or on the TV, but the monitor not so bright. When I was playing Slave Zero last week, there was times it was just so dark. Yes, I do collect for the Dreamcast. It is probably, actually Sega's probably has my favorite consoles. At the moment, I am collecting for the Sega Master System, which I just recently got one of those. Well, it's probably 3 or 4 months ago. But I've really enjoyed my Sega Master System. Then I have my original Genesis that I got when I was a kid.
3, 2,
The
1,
original
go.
Sonic. Ooh, so pretty, so pretty.
Likes it when they get in a row for us.
That's gonna hurt. Yeah, mine's the original white. I actually, even though I'm not huge on the sports games, I do kind of want to try to get a black one. I can debate whether or not I want to remove the Sega Sports. Although I will say the last American football game that I really enjoyed was NFL 2K1. I've still got. I might play it one day, but it's one of those things I'm kind of worried about that if I play it, I'm not gonna It's not going to be as much fun as I remember it being. You still have your original Dreamcast, or six VMUs? Holy cow! I remember. I've got a green, red, and a blue, and then I've got one of the ones that came out later that had the bigger capacity. 13. So, do you collect VMUs, or is it just that's what you've gotten as you've gotten some bundles? But I really think that the VMU was something that was really underutilized. The bundles guide me.
1, go!
It was a mini Game Boy in your hand, basically, and your Soul Calibur had a game for it. I would love to find some stuff at a garage sale. Garage sales I've gone to lately have had nothing. It was super expensive. Yeah, I hadn't. The batteries in all of my original VMUs still work, so I don't. Had to replace them, and I don't know the last time I pulled one out to around with it outside of it. Being controller. These are not good. I think I got the last one. Remember, one place locally other than a flea market where I've been able to find some old stuff has been the local comic shop. Well, he moved in the last few months and he didn't have anything. Jeez Louise. He hasn't unpacked all of the games yet because he hasn't found his Sega Master System stuff either. I don't recall if he had any Dreamcast games. Of course, everything that I look for or that I look at on eBay generally gets above my price range.
2, 1, go!
Oh, yes. Yeah. Any kind of retail shop, they generally want, which I mean, they've got overhead and all that, that's fine, but because the prices are so high, it's usually just more than I can or am willing to pay. the there's a big flea market. They have a there is a dedicated retro shop there. They've got some good stuff. I picked up last time I went. I picked up a bunch of, not a bunch, but 5 or 6 NES games, and it was cool because you know they range in price from like $5 to $10, and I took it out there and I asked, okay, so how much would you, what could you do for these games? And he just looked at them. He's like, I think it was 25, so I got them on average for $5 a piece. So I was pretty happy with that. Haven't made it back out there since I got my Master System, though. I really want to get some more games for my Master System. Really want to get right now is the light gun games. I've still got an old CRT that I hooked up a while back and played with, so. Dreamcast kiosk, that would be so sweet. Yeah, I wish I'd had the foresight to stake out the game spots when they were getting rid of that stuff. Yep.
3, 2,
Reading stories of people going in and basically dumpster diving in the GameSpot dumpsters, and they throw out games and the little brochures and whatnot. Goodness, demolished. Engage kiosk. Still, I think that's pretty cool. I think I had a friend who picked up a cage. It was kind of neat, but they didn't make a lot for it. Points for each other. Split the points. Ow. Oh. Second 20 points. Yeah, like I said, I'm really trying to get Sega Master System, Sega Genesis. I'd like to get a Sega CD, a Sega Saturn, and improve my Dreamcast collection, and then the original NES. I'm trying to kind of limit it some so that I'm not trying to too much. Dreamcast might be loud when it's loading, but I like it. No, I haven't seen that. Seen him.
3, 2, 1, go!
Haven't seen that channel. And let me guess, he's got most of those in the package, or not in the package, but in the box with the instructions. Okay. There's been a couple people I've seen that they've got so much of their collections in the package and in the box, and it's just like, holy. I'd like to have everything, have all the manuals and have a box for everything, but a little bit more expensive, and I don't want them. I don't want them sealed. I was actually looking at a copy of Alien Front Online, which was a game that I've wanted since it came out and never picked up. And it was a decent price, but it was sealed. I'm like, I don't want to buy a sealed copy because then I'll be too tempted to leave it sealed. And like you say, I want to play.
He wants to play with the precious.
What did we do this time? 4th, 5th, 6th. All that for 275 points. Most boring!
Keep stepping at your pace.
3, 2, 1, go!
When did you play it? Is the original Halo actually worth something when it's sealed in the package? I just ask because to me that's kind of surprising. Just because they've re-released it twice? Especially if you're not including the PC version. That blows my mind. So, extra life is a charity for gamers, right? Well, I think people just think just about anything because it's sealed is worth something. I wondered about trying to do something like that, but my following's pretty much keep us in second place. Pretty cool. After you opened the game, did you play it? Oh my gosh, I still only got 5th. I don't fastest hit. Get extra points for these things. As long as you get out and make before you should lose points. My favorite part of the original Halo is the last level where you're driving around the Warthog.
Keep stepping at your own pace.
Three,
I just
two,
tossed you a follow and let me see if I can remember. I made a Nightbot command. Let's see. So you played some Gunstar Heroes earlier in the month. Oh, that is a game my brother and I played a lot. That is a great Genesis game, or Mega Drive, wherever if you're from across the pond. And then some WoW. Yeah, Gunstar Heroes. It's not a tough game, but it's one you can really just sit back and relax and enjoy. I don't know, 2 or 3 expansions behind, I think, in WoW. I don't know, there's so many games out there. I just know if I played that, I wouldn't. There's a lot of other games I'd miss playing. Although the vanilla server that Blizzard's putting out, that is going to be that could be interesting.
Keep stepping at your own pace.
3, 2, 1, go!
One thing that I thought was really fun back in the day was was a warlock and having to get the warlock mount and having to get a group together. I mean, you only had to get 5 people, but it was still fun to group together, go and run that. still make the boomkin. You do more of a healer. I really played a warrior and a warlock a lot, and that was it. And those one was horde, the warlock was horde, and the druid. Sorry, and the warrior was alliance. My bro had a well. He expect feral, and so he could pretty much tank. But you know that was a few years ago. Yeah, Legion had some pull for me, but I didn't. Like I said, I was 2 or 3 expansions behind, and I just couldn't. For the cost, having to pay $40 to get back up to speed, and another 15 just so I could actually play the game. Back, because I'm about to get nailed. That's why I liked, when I played Ultima Online, that every time you bought an expansion, you got all the previous expansions with it. Yeah, I hear you there, because I played, like I said, I played with my brother. And when I played heavily with people in the guild I was in, we had a good time. Unrating Arizan. I think that's what it was. I got loot drops were always a pain. Kargath, Alliance character. Anger Marsh was my horde. I don't know, I didn't really like it when they removed soul stones from the warlocks. Management system, and especially since he was a tailor, so he was making the 28 slot soul bags. always just that revolving cycle of who's going to get nerfed. No idea what these extra game is. This is a two-player game because yeah, I've wondered why. I don't know. Everyone seems to put the camera on the right, and I don't know why.
3, 2, 1, go!
These days I'll have time and I can try to actually make an overlay, but I've thought about it. Someone was like, well, if I make an overlay, it means I'll have to shrink all the other stuff. So, I don't know. I'm going to maximize the size of the screen for the game, and then at least have some of the detail being able to be shown for the cover and the back of the game. I'm using OBS right now, but the webcam I just got came with 6 months of of XSplit, so I've wondered about trying it out. Burn. I think the biggest thing between the two is which one does what you want the best. Like the system, the way it works, and the way it does things more than the other, then, you know, more power to you. It doesn't have to be one size fits all. Boom. Oh, look at him spin. He actually crossed the finish line on that one. But it works, I guess. Oh. I just started using OBS because when I started streaming, it was free. That was most of what I want. If not everything I want. I don't know what else I'd really want it to do. Well, when I started, like I said, I just got a new mic and new webcam the last week. I got the other webcam hooked up. But oh, see, I don't have an intro or an outro. I just, when I start, I just let the game come up, run through a demo. I have no idea what I'd even do for an intro. Is that how you get it so that you don't get hit with what is it? When your past broadcasts getting hit for muted for copyright material? Neat. Wondered about adding a little bit more music in, because all I do is I just have the in-game, whatever it's got is what I've got. Yeah, I streamed a PC game called Beat Buddy. It's got really, I mean, as you're playing, things are basically reacting to the music, and like but because it's I don't know if it's because the soundtrack's done so well, but like almost the entire playthrough, anytime there was music, it got muted because of copyright concern. And it's like it's the original soundtrack for the game was playing. Now I've got the soundtrack playing in my head, so. Oh. A lot of them do. I mean, even I think this game has some good songs on it, or some good beats and rhythms on it. Brickster, I'm sorry I didn't catch the follow. I don't know if did it pop up on the stream. I just missed it, or is my Streamlabs not working? I have had some issues with that lately. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. I'm not worried about the Dreamcast. One game that had a really good soundtrack though was Crazy Taxi. Really enjoyed the soundtrack for Crazy Taxi. My wife even liked it, so. Might try to play that one to see how often it gets muted. So long since I've played bass fishing, I don't remember. The only thing I remember from bass fishing is pulling in the fish, and most of the time you're hearing the guy go, "Small one." Which I am trying to, well, I'm looking into getting a fishing controller so I can play that. I want to pick up the second bass fishing, and I still have my Sega Marine fishing. Marine fishing, you had the aquarium, and that was kind of fun to collect for and be able to go and check. That's another game my wife and I could take turns playing. You and me both. Both the Power Stones. Really? Oh, you just gotta find one game. Super Monkey Ball. On the GameCube. Ball's awesome. Playing 4 players on that. Have a couple friends over and just we played the death out of that one. Yeah, well, the last game, or I bought 2 games a few months back, probably 2 or 3 months back, at the comic shop, and they were $35 each, and those were complete, and I was just like, but one was an old RPG for the Sega Master System, Miracle Warriors. Good bit of playtime with that one, so that was a good deal. The other one was just a game that I'd wanted, actually ever since it came out, and played the original game in the arcade, but Captain America and the Avengers. That's one game I'm just, with all the Marvel movie success, how have they not released that for modern consoles? Captain America and the Avengers. It's just like, okay, money maker. It's a side-scrolling beat 'em up, and I mean, they made a version for the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo, and I don't think that they've released it on anything else. You know, they did the Xbox Live version of the X-Men game. Why can't you do Captain America? Yeah. America still needs your help. AES. Not ringing a bell at the moment. Yeah. It could have been. I didn't have a Neo Geo growing up, or TurboGrafx, or yeah, that's definitely out of my price range. Well, there was a bundle on eBay. A guy had, how many it was like 50 some odd Sega Master System games. I think it was a little bit over $600 for them all, and I think they were all complete and in the pack, had the manual, and the boxes were in good shape. And I could not do that. Price. He eventually sold it, which, good for him, but I really wanted it. I couldn't. I don't have that kind of cash just laying around. Had to wait for the webcam and the mic to go on sale. Do a little bit better now in a race. Previous webcam was over 10 years old. Probably more than that. I originally got it. Well, no. That's easy to do with the PC. I'm coming up. I got mine, my PC 3 or 4 years ago. Oh, how nice of you been. Crashing. Oh, almost went out. Need is a death from above. Star. Both plays. Thanks for stopping by, Prickster. I really enjoyed the conversation. Yeah, I gotta call it pretty soon too. I got to be up in a little bit to make it to work at 8. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the conversation. Cost you a follow, so I'll keep an eye out. Your streams. Oh man. Well, hey. At least that means you just get off early. I go in for 10 hours. Vacation on Thursday, hopefully. Oh my word. I mean, you only have to work 3 or 4 days a week? Or commute. Gosh. That would kill me. My commute's 20 to 30 minutes, and one way, and I think that's too long. I don't think I can handle a 2-hour commute. Ooh, dog. Finish me. Well, you go get some rest then, and take care. You have a good night and a good morning, and drive safely tomorrow. See you around. That's going to be it for me tonight. Thanks for everyone who stopped in. Hope everyone has a good night and a good morning. And take care and be kind to one another.